Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Good. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pratna. Thank you, all the kids. Where are the girls? Girls on this side. Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry, it was working. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. Nice to see all of you. Yes, all faces are here. Thank you. And kids, yes, you're off to your fun time. Yes, you can leave now. Little bit. Saurabh, little bit aside. All right. So there are more spots in the front. Do you want to come, Chirag Purvi? Yes, some spots here. Yes, there are two there. All right, we'll get started. Thank you so much for coming in. And I hope you all liked the last program, Kartik Damodar month. And so, how many of you made rockets and boats of the paper I gave you? I used to make rockets and boats, whatever paper, including answer sheet papers. I hope you have the paper careful in. All right. For next year's Damodar Kartik month, I'll give you next version. Okay. Today again we have a jam-packed session. Um, what we will do is today we will do chapter 3, 4, and 5 Karma Yoga deep dive for two reasons. One, those who came for the 3, 4, 5, it's been 1 month. So it's gone from the buffer. For the ones who couldn't be here, this is an opportunity to understand. And given Karma Yoga is a very important topic, I thought no, we'll just do one more deep dive. Okay? And then the agenda later, yeah, so 3, 4, 5 recap, not the usual fast, little slower recap, and then many of you, most of you asked me this question. Oh, we should have more question and answer sessions. Usually, in all my programs, we will do lots of QA, question answers. Somehow this time it didn't happen for whatever reasons. So we'll try to make some time. I'm looking at the clock today. Hopefully, this time in next 1 hour we will finish, and then we'll have some decent time for question answers. Yes, please come. Even though you're late, you're still getting the same spot, same row at least. Okay, we'll get started. 3, 4, 5 recap and question answer. That's the agenda for today. All good? Okay, so before we start, our prayers. Om Agyana Timrandasya Gyana Janashalakaya Chakshurunmunitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now, really, we'll take a moment to thank all the spiritual masters, the acharyas. Without their inputs, who am I? What am I? I have no qualifications by any standards, to be honest. So I'm just literally sharing whatever I have been still learning. Of course, I'm learning every day. And from the acharyas, spiritual masters, I'm just sharing with all of you. So whatever is working and is very, very good, the glories goes to spiritual master. Whatever is not working, usually my fault. I'm the culprit as always. All right, we'll get started. 3, 4, 5 summary. So in chapter 3 and 5, Karma Yoga, 3, 4, and 5 pretty much goes in similar tone. So I've combined them together. What happens in chapter 3 is Karma Yoga concepts. Chapter 5, Krishna talks more about action in karma, pretty much Karma Yoga. In between, Krishna slices in chapter 4, Jnana Yoga. The point there is you understand the theory and you need a little bit more knowledge before you can apply. So that's the whole concept there. So 3, Jnana, and then application part. So 3, 4, and 5. All right, so what is karma? Those are the common words, karma and yoga. What is karma? Karma means pretty much, we'll go through what it is, and then yoga. The common factor is yoga, right, of all the types. So who remembers what yoga means from the last to last class? Yes, yuj means eternal. Very good. 0. Union. Thank you. Thank you. To connect. So recap session has a value. Thank you. Yuj. Yoga comes from the word yuj, which means to connect. So what to connect? What's the purpose of yoga? To connect to divinity, to God, through various avenues of yoga, which is karma yoga to start with, which is through our actions, through jnana. By knowledge, we connect to God. That's one platform. Dhyana or Ashtanga. This is going to be our next session. Dhyana, Ashtanga, very famous, east, west, everywhere yoga studios are there. We will go through what the dhyana, meditation, techniques, and yoga, what actually Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, next session. And finally, Krishna talks about Bhakti Yoga, devotion. In that, we are going to look at karma, karma yoga. Okay, what does karma means? As I said, if I ask each one of you what karma means, you all will give different versions, right? Predominantly, we will talk about actions and reactions. What is our work, duty, my job, right? Pretty much what karma. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna touches about all different aspects of karma and karma yoga in chapter 3, 4, and 5. Okay? In which, in our Essence of Bhagavad Gita class program, we will try to discuss the core aspects, core topics. Okay? Which is pretty much, if I ask you what karma means, most people would say this, right? What goes around comes around. Okay, we did this shopping mall. Where is the family? Yes, you are here. This time we'll pass on to next family. So we are not here. So Chirag and Purvi, they were not here in the last class. So they went for a shopping mall. Those who have been here before, you know this. Huh? So anyways, end of financial, not end of year is coming up with all the sale and big deals are coming up soon. So they both go for a shopping and then they come across what's the best deal. So they see 10 percentage, 20, 30, and then they go, no, no. Purvi says, not worth the money. Come on, Chirag, get the best deal. Then 50 percentage off. Okay, now we are talking. Finally, they see a new sign in the shop. It says, you buy and your grandson can pay the bill. How does it sound? Before the time Chirag read the sign board, Purvi was inside the shop, trolley half full. As usual, Chirag is late. Husbands are late. So this happened. And then they go and dump in everything into the shopping trolley. Everything. Whatever you need, want, neighbor house, everything into the trolley. Why? Buy now and grandson will pay the bill. Who cares? Buy everything. And then time came for the exit, for the actual payment counter. And then the person, salesperson checks everything and then she takes one bill out. So Chirag goes, yeah, keep the bill for my grandson, by the way. And the girl nicely says, okay, I'll keep this bill for your grandson. She pulls out another bill and says, this is your bill now. Who is this from? From your grandfather. Sorry, just a joke. But the point there is, you cannot escape. One way or the other, like the shopkeeper will catch you for the payment, karma will catch up with you. So you can't escape. Right? So what goes around comes around for sure. With that, we'll go into chapter 3. Total 43 verses in chapter 3. And then the very first sloka, Arjuna asks a question. This is you and me, all of us would ask the same question. The connection point is this. In chapter 2, what did we conclude with in terms of identity? Last session only, we don't know. Doing a recap for chapter 3. Chapter 2 is in like what? Previous yuga. Who am I? In that, we concluded from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, our identity is the non-material self, that we are the soul, the spiritual self. We explained that we went through the whole details. I won't go through that. Now, Arjuna is asking a question. Krishna, thank you. Now that my identity is not this body, I am a soul, why do you want me to fight? From our terms, why should I go to uni? Why should I work? Why should I pay the bills? Look at my identity. Aham Brahmasmi. And Arjuna asked, pretty much he tried the escapism trick with Krishna. And this is a famous one where people classically misunderstand Bhagavad Gita. Oh, just don't worry. Everything will be looked after. Oh, no, wait, you have to pay your bills. So Krishna clearly explains no escapism. So for this question, why do you want me to work? Do this whole activity. I should run away, go to forest, retire early. What about fire? Arjuna asked this question 5,000 years ago. Pakka fire statement. So 3:5 Krishna says everyone is forced to act. Be it at home or forest. If a Kshatriya of Arjuna's nature, Krishna's point is if you go to forest, you won't keep quiet for day one, day two. Then you'll start to see what can I govern here? What can I do something activity here? And we discussed in the last time that no one can be quiet even for a moment. Why? I shared the example about going to sleep. When someone goes to sleep, they are committing no karma. That means it's good. You can always sleep, enjoy. But no, what's happening? Our mental subtle platform, that's why we studied in chapter 2, the subtle platform is constantly working. That means we are always constantly thinking, feeling, and willing. Thinking, feeling, and willing. We're doing this. By doing that, we are also preparing ourselves for the action. Jump out next morning, we'll start to act. So Krishna is saying, no, everyone is forced to act based on your nature. Who remembers the three types of nature? Yes, Rajesh. Sattva, Raja, Tamas. So goodness, passion, and ignorance will somehow manipulate you. You have to act. Then comes the question, if we can't escape work, if our identity is non material and we can't escape activities, what do we do? Here is the question. That means now that I have to act, let me understand what is action is. Does it make sense? A logical flow of questions. How to act. Chapter 4, 42 verses. So Krishna is saying, even the intelligent are bewildered. This is Krishna's standard. Even the intelligent are bewildered. We can put ourselves in determining what is action, what is inaction. I'll explain this to you. By knowing this, you will be liberated from all the misfortune. So I'm going to help you, Arjuna. 417, famous sloka, Krishna says, the intricacies of action are very hard to understand. He's setting the scene before. Who remembers the word which Krishna uses in Bhagavad Gita for very hard? I did mention this in 417. No. Gana, Gananam, heavy, Ganam, Gananam. Exact word Krishna uses. Karma topic is Ganana, very, very deep and hard to understand. This is even Krishna saying. So the creator is saying, of all my creation, a very complex subject matter is karma. And we are here in Sydney in November on a sunny, hot day, muggy day like this. We are trying to understand. Good luck, but that's fine. So, but Krishna continues to say, even though it's very hard, one should try to understand three things. What is action? What is forbidden action? What is inaction? So, three types of action. Usually, we know about only two types of action, good and bad, right? There's actually three. There's three. Remember the question? Action, forbidden action, inaction. Keep that in your back pocket. Let's go for a detour. So, what's this all about? I'm going to go a little faster here. So, a nice flower, of course, with light you can't see. Even to make an artificial flower, my friends, just think about it. It takes so much craft. The paper, the color, the craftsman. So now we are going to go detour to understand the questions. So it's practical. So it's so much it takes to even to create one flower. Is this by chance? Let's go through. Classic. I was hungry. Food came to my table. Wow. Whoever is cooking at home, male, female, no gender specific here, will love this. I wish. Even for today's class, Prashadam, cooking would have started from the morning. Planning would have started 3 days ago. Cooking from morning, some devotees. A family is picking the Prashadam up from temple today as we are going through the program and will come soon, hopefully. I'm also waiting. Right? So it takes a plan and arrangement to get the Prashadam for us. So for cooking also. And look at the world around. We are all so unique in our own selves, isn't it? Please try to follow. I'm going a little faster so I can save some time for question answers. We all are unique. Some are born very rich. Some are very poor, unfortunately. Some are strong. Some are weak and handicapped for whatever reasons. Some people are born to rich parents. We see. I'm talking about look around the world. What do we see? Some are born in this condition, never changes in their life. Some gets the opportunity, good parents, good family, to go and study in the best uni, get the best degree and job possible. Doctor is one example, any. But for some people, they could be very smart and intelligent, but they will never get the opportunity to do anything properly. So not that this job is low or high, I'm not getting to that point, don't get me wrong. But some jobs are very difficult. So you can't do this job forever, right? Why is this discrimination? We hate to see the discrimination, but it's a fact, isn't it? We always think about, thank God I'm not there, isn't it? The first thought is, thank God I'm not there. Restructure happening everywhere in the world in all organizations. I throw a stone wherever it hits, I'm sure. I hope your name is not there, but it's almost every organization, you know. But then all we look for is, my name is not in the list for this time. Next time we'll see what happens. So why discrimination? Discrimination means there's a choice. Are you all with me? Thinking all good? There's a choice. We choose a job, we choose a partner, we choose a type of car, apartment, house, and many things. We try to choose. We try. I say, we try. But we don't get to choose our parents, do we? We don't. Or our beauty. Yeah, we can do makeup and all those stuff, but then the real core beauty, we don't get to fix it. Our intelligence level, some people have to work very hard to get even pass mark. Some people get it like this. We don't get to choose, isn't it? Now, we choose some things, we don't get the choice of other activities. Hold on. Who chooses and on what basis? Why is someone born rich, someone born poor? Why? Lucky we are not there, thank goodness. But why? Who makes the choice? On what basis the choice is made here? Is it all by chance? By random event? Throw a dice, Niharika name comes up, ah, lucky parents, wonderful parents, good family. Someone else's name comes up, a bad parenting, abusive parenting. Who chooses that? Is it all by chance? Hold that question. Is it all by chance? Toss. Let's go further into other side of the world. Okay? Law of mechanics. Don't ask me definitions, I forgot. Okay? There's a proper science in law of gravity and in mechanics, right? I get the example of Beckham. Bend it like Beckham. He can hit a ball almost 90 degrees, almost, to get into the goal. How is it possible? There is a science behind it. Based on the air, based on the temperature, everything, he can bend the ball to get the goal post. Law of mechanics. Physical optics, there's a proper law. It works properly as per the law all the time. 100 times things work by law. Thermodynamics. Oh, I barely passed this paper in my engineering. Don't even ask me. All right. But there's law. If law exists everywhere around, there must be a lawmaker, isn't it? Everything is properly going on. Nice photo of Albert Einstein. He says there's a perfect brain behind all natural physics laws. That's his conclusion. At least he's famous, he's smart to point, right? Another scientist says if you think strongly enough, you will be forced by science to believe in God. It stops at a point and they open up hands and say, oh, we don't know. Bring up all the assumptions. Based on assumptions, 5 pages of lecture will go on. Okay, let's go into a little bit, dive deeper into the world. Macro world level, space level, perfect law. Even before all telescopes and things came about, he spoke last time. You look at the Panchang, time above, precise calculation of eclipse. Everything properly in place. Very, for a long time, for centuries, millions of time, all right? Micro world, nanoparticles, perfectly work as per the law. So both macro and micro world has law, precise laws. Who governs them? All by chance? Please think. Law implies lawmaker. The example I gave, you drive up to Bocker Mills, you jump the signal, you will get a bill. Law implies lawmaker. That means transport government is there. Transport is there. Will catch you to make you pay. Now, so we kind of understand the point that law implies lawmaker. There's law in both macro and micro world. Who makes that law? Who chooses that? That's one question to be answered. Another question to be answered is, if everything else is governed by law, remember the 3 points? Our birth, our family, beauty, intelligence. How can that alone be not as per law? Are you following my question? So I'm just joining two dots together. Everything else has a law. Why there's no law here? There is law. Just because we don't know, like jumping the signal. I don't know. I can drive in red. You'll get to know the law by getting a fine. We will also get to know about the law when we get hit. Law of karma. There's law. As you sow, so shall you reap. Usually I put the scientist's name here, even though it's dark. This one law we all know for sure, including with the person's name. Isaac Newton, even the first name, I don't recall that. Newton. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's law, third law precisely. That's actually kind of heading towards karma. So now to summarize this, in human form of life, all of us, we have got the developed intelligence to discriminate, to question, and to lead responsible lives. We have the opportunity. Why? Because four things are common between animals and human beings. Shastra says, which are agara, nidra, baya, maitunani. Agara, clear. Eating is common for both animals and human beings. Nidra, sleep. Oh, please tell me about it. Okay. Bhaya, defense, fear, because of which they have defense mechanism. Animals have claws in their own way of fighting. We have our own ways of claws, which is defense. Building a house, paying it off, hopefully. Having a car, safeguarding ourselves from the environment is the human way of defense. Having house, job, car, spouse, all this is our defense mechanism. Animals have much advanced. They don't need any payment system. They can defend themselves. The last is Maitunani, means having a family in simple words. Family, children, copulation. These four things are common between human and animals. What's the difference then? Intelligence, karma. That's true. Law of karma is not there for animals. That's true. What's the difference? Decision making, discrimination. Yes. So, yes. So, we have the opportunity to question, to understand. You all are wonderful people. I've sent a text message, requested you to come to the program. You came here. Can I invite a group of animals for a Bhagavad Gita class? Good luck. Human being only is so hard. Very hard, very difficult. And what's the point of having animals? They can understand. So we are given with this higher intelligence to question. Vedanta Sutra, first aphorium says, Atato Brahma Jitnasa. Meaning, Atato, now that you're a human being, Brahma Jignasa. Jignasa means question. To question. What to question? Brahma Jignasa. Understanding Brahman includes who am I? Who is God? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? If we don't ask these questions, please don't hit me. These are from Vedas. If we don't ask these questions in our life, if we are happily going about doing, eating, sleeping, defending, having a family, I'm sorry, we are not eligible for a human body, a human life. I'm sorry. This is a hard fact. If we are not questioning who am I, who's God, what is my relationship, why am I here, what am I supposed to do, Brahma Jignasa, we don't ask these questions. So all the while, I'll take the first blunt, all the while in my life until I got in touch with devotees to learn Bhagavad Gita, I was an animal. I'll put a hand up and say, yes, I admit. I'm a human being now. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be. Okay, let's move on. No more strong business. I'll be light. Okay, so law of karma. Let's understand a bit more. What's law of karma? So we have concluded. Are you all with me? It's hot. Should open the windows. You reckon? All good? Comfortable? There's water in the kitchen if you want. So we understood the law of karma is acting. Now we need to understand what is law of karma, isn't it? Yes, we churn the whole world to get to this point, which is karma refers, law of karma refers to cause and effect in the whole system. The example I gave, look the world around us. If someone goes to doctor and says, my tummy is paining, doctor's first question would be, what did you eat last night? So cause, effect, everything. Someone says, I got hurt. What did you do? So it's implied that something has to happen to get the effect. So cause and effect, it's as simple as that. Yeah, we also discussed last time, law of karma has a very special quality, super strict. I get the example of, let's say for discussion's sake, a 5-year-old child goes to 5th floor and then jumps off the building. Gravity sees 5-year-old child. No, 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 no. I'll excuse you. You don't know what's going to happen. I will excuse you. Will it? No. You jump or 5-year-old jump, both will get hurt. Law of gravity does not have any consideration for 5-year-old or, oh, you pap, oh, I'll excuse you. No. Strict. Law of karma is also super strict. Zero tolerance. Hold that word, zero tolerance. Then what is destiny? Famous question goes along with karma. Are you able to follow me? Good. Destiny. What is destiny? Please catch this clearly, all right? Actions we do produce reactions. We understood that, right? Then these reactions do not immediately come into effect. They get accumulated. That accumulation is called destiny. Let's understand it a little further. Example, different seeds. In our backyard, summer season, we go to our backyard and then we put in 3 or 4 types of seeds. A coriander seed, a mango seed, a rice seed. We keep watering them. Each of them will give the fruit of their nature at different times. A coriander comes out in what? Navaratri, we all do it, right? We grow the nice little thing, not coriander. What do we grow? Navadanya. Yes, they all grow within few days. Mango tree, right? To get the fruit, it's going to take long time. So as different seeds have different fruitification time, different our actions have different times to react, like a seed. Other example, a very popular and a very strong one, I love this, is the rice container or the silo. Okay, the example goes like this. Rohit, still remember you laughing for this last time. Silo. A farmer does a hard work and then he gets a harvest. He puts lots of effort, he gets a harvest. Unfortunately, that harvest, it came about very bad. So he got a C class type of grain. He takes the grain, he puts them into the silo. The silo, the rice container. And then he continues working on. He continuously works hard. In another harvest, he gets A class type of grain. He puts them in the silo again. Now it's time for dinner. He opens up the silo to get the grains for cooking. What does comes out? First in, first out. Silo. Even though that day he got the class A grain, that dinner he is going to get class C dinner grain. Hey, it doesn't make sense. I got the best harvest today. Wait, you got something else waiting in the container which you have to clear up first. If we understand this point, it gets so deep that, okay, it makes sense. I know that person. Don't imagine. Come back to the class. But I'm just giving you a moment to imagine. Oh, that person I know. Now it makes sense. All through this lifetime, he has been a wonderful person, but going through so much challenges. Classic questions. Why do good people get bad things? Even that is okay. Completely unacceptable is this. Why do bad people get good things? Can't digest that fact. After all bad they're doing in their life, they'll get more. 1,000 crores, 2,000 crores, 5,000 crores. There's a chasing of how much you can scam. Huh? Get more and more. Why? Different seeds have different fructification. They're going through their high tide. Clear? Please hold on to that. That's destiny. So we understood law of karma, we understood destiny. Now let's go to a little more details about what is destined, what is not destined. Our past actions have created the present destiny. So where we are now is because of our past actions. Clear? All good? Which implies our present action creates our future destiny. So every moment we are shaped and we are shaping. We are being shaped by our past actions and we are shaping our future. So we have two jobs at the same time happening to us. One is happening, one we are creating. So we have a big role to play in our lives, more than what we think. So what happens to us is destiny, another new concept here, but how we respond to it is our free will. So let's take another family as example. So Vijay and Aishwarya. Imagine they went to India. You are not here in the class because of that reason. Therefore, you are fit for this example. Assume Aishwarya did not go for this trip. She is back here in Sydney. Vijay went to India. Then came back flying in Singapore Airlines. He got a little bored. So he caught the flight. That's destiny. In the flight, he was a little bored. So he was having a little mischief with the air hostess in Singapore Airlines. Oh, look at the happiness. Now, that determines his future. So he has used with his destiny from the past, he has boarded the flight from Singapore to Sydney. In the flight, he acted in a way not meant to be. He used his free will or misused his free will. Now, what's awaiting? Forget the federal police. Aishwarya is waiting. Bigger stick than the AFP. So you misuse the free will. So every moment destiny comes to you, you're using your free will and creating your next set of destiny. Does it make sense? So we are shaped and we are shaping. So what's happening to us is destiny. How we respond to it is our, I'm not seeing the screen, you tell me. Free will. Clear? Good. So every moment, my dear friends, we are going through two things at the same time. Fate, free will. Destiny, desire. Singapore Airlines. Huh? Fate, free will. Destiny, desire. These two things are always happening, intertwined in our life. So our every actions produce reaction cycles. So we are constantly in this cycle. I'm going a little fast to get to. All right, we did the whole detour for what question? Who helped me out? Anyone who didn't help me? Thank you so much. For Krishna's, those three words, we had 20 slides. It's not easy, right? Krishna said, Ganana, we need more information. So we went around to come to this point. Now we will look at Bhagavad Gita, the three types of action. First, we all know karma. Karma means, in simple words, pious activities, doing the right thing as per Shastras. Good thing as per my own will, good as per my own country rules, good as per Shastric standards. What happens as a result? You get punya. Do good, you get punya. Punya is credits. What does punya give? Punya gives good wealth, good birth, material happiness, even higher planetary lifestyle. Vikarma means forbidden activities, doing activities which are detrimental or against, as per the Shastras. Those are sinful activities. Results of them are papa, because bad birth, difficulties, challenges, disease, poverty, whatever, papa. Interesting. Both work like a finance card system. Karma is like a debit card. Try to get this, you will never forget in life. Debit card. You work hard for the whole month and then you get the salary to go and enjoy. Do the right thing, get the punya to enjoy. Debit card system. Vikarma is like a credit card system. I don't have time. Let me first enjoy and then pay back later. Credit card system. Do the pap first, enjoy, suffer later. Pay with highest interest rate. This is the point, Niharika, I was thinking about you while preparing. Commerce student. Unfortunately, no cancelling of each other. You can't cancel your credits and debits. Yesterday I was a good person. Today I'm little naughty. Please excuse me, Aishwarya. Vijay saying, all the while I was a good person. Singapore Airlines, little mischief. Please excuse me. Kick for sure. No, no cancelling business. Sorry. It could be true, but I'm just joking. No tally business here. No cancelling of each other. For every A class grain you have to eat, every C class grain have to be eaten. No escapism. This is a very important point. Every rice have to be eaten. It is said that the mills of God grinds slow. The mills of God grinds slow but precise. There's no mistake in law of karma. Cannot be. Everything happens for a reason, by the reason. So, the whole point, if we understand, then the question, start to make sense. We can't just say, oh, I'm just pushing through my life. It's very hard. No, you are eating your grain. It takes a bit of dida to even accept that, unfortunately. But I'm not saying it's easy. Don't get me wrong. When life is good, it's easy to say, what big deal. But life is hard, it can be really hard. So we are not here to judge anyone to say, oh, now I know why that person must have been a sinner in last lifetime. Hello, hold on. Slide is coming up. We are not here to make any judgments about anyone. That's not the point of law of karma. We'll soon see Krishna explains law of karma not with that attitude. Okay? So most people and most philosophies in the world stop at this level. Bhagavad Gita has not even started yet, my friends. Most stop at this level, unfortunately, good and bad. But we have a more and a long way to go. Just a start. So having karma and vikarma, pious and sinful, punya and papa, enjoying and suffering is like a merry wheel going up and down. One lifetime good or struggle, good times, bad times, good times, bad times. That's all, nothing more than that. The example, Europe tour, jail, I'll just skip for time. But this is a vicious cycle. Please get that point. That vicious cycle is called samsara chakra. So samsara not alone means wife. Samsara chakra, vicious cycle. No wonder, Just joking. Samsara chakra is a vicious cycle. Now we spoke about two. The third, which is usually not mostly spoken or ever spoken, that's actually Bhagavad Gita opens up with that point. The third type of action, akarma, inaction. Thank you. Akarma technically means inaction or literally means no action. Remember 20 slides ago, 3.1 and 3.7, Krishna says, no one can ever be, cannot do nothing. So inaction, literally meaning no action, is not possible. So already it's out of scope. That means what is inaction? That's the reason I put that sloka there. The meaning is that activity which does not produce any reaction is inaction. Not the no action, but that activity performed produces not does not produce papa or punya. Hold that. What are they? Akarma is actually spiritual activities. Activities which are not at the bodily platform, but to the real identity of our soul, who we are. That real identity actions, spiritual activities come under akarma, which alone does not give any papa or punya. I'm going to break some myth here. Sorry, confronting, but that's a fact. I can't just always be nice and sweet. Facts are hard sometimes. Don't ever imagine rituals are akarma. I'm sorry. They're good, I appreciate. Rituals are best if done properly. If done properly, a big caveat there, may give you punya, not akarma. So what's the difference between ritual and spiritual? The different word is SPI. Who remembers? Ritual and spiritual have all the letters same except the first three SPI. So you and me are persons. God is supreme person. Supreme person's interest. Anything done as per supreme person's interest classifies under akarma. I like doing this. Someone in my family said this. I'm doing this with all due respects. Can come under ritual. To classify under spiritual, it has to be as per Lord's desire, the way He wanted to be. Which is why we are studying Bhagavad Gita perfectly. All right, let's continue. Okay, what's the result of akarma? Punya, good karma gave punya. Vikarma gave papa. Are you sleeping? Awake? Good? Yes. Third, akarma. What's the result? Yes, thank you. Very unique phenomena of akarma, freedom from samsara chakra. This alone, it helps, it goes and burns our past karmic balance. Remember, no tallying business? Good doesn't tally bad, bad doesn't tally good. Akarma goes and tallies both. I know you'll have a question, why touch my punya? Only touch my papa. Who thought about it? Be honest. Who thought about it? No one thought? Then I'll skip. You thought about it? You're having a question? Yes. For other, yeah. Similar. Now you're going a little bit more strong and precise and technical here. That as per the SPI, the Supreme Person's interest, very clear. Rest all comes under ritual. So yes, it goes and akarma burns our past, everything. This is the only option. Plus, it does little bit more. I'll keep it for later because we haven't gone to the core chapters of Bhagavad Gita. We are still in the gym example I gave you, right? We did the first two chapters or first two sessions were warm ups, and then we've been doing off late some stretches. Soon coming up the actual 100 kg weightlifting. I'll come to you. So you have a point? Can I hold? You can't hold. Okay. Yes. Can I just park that for a moment? Very good question. I'll quickly finish off. Clock is staring at me and also Puneet ji. Just joking. So I'll come back to you for sure. A very good question. Okay. Based on these three, now that we know Papa, Punya, Akarma, right? All these things. Here is the important point. Please catch this. If you're sleeping all the while, no problem. Wake up now. Important point. Here is a choice we have. Do you want see? Do you want God to see us as judge or a president? What I mean by that is, remember, law of karma works like law of gravity. No, zero tolerance. Oh, it's okay. I excuse you one time. No tolerance. Perfectly by the rule book. That's the judge's job. When God acts us in our life in the platform of judge, means we are just holding Papa and Punya. Life, it goes only by strictly by the Lord's creator's strict rules. All we have is Papa and Punya. That's one level. A person commits so much of activities, simple activities, goes to jail and reforms in the jail in such a way, really transforms the person himself. Now a person walks in called president and will say, I pardon you. Judge will say, I have 2000 pages of history against this culprit. The president can say, I pardon you. I choose to pardon you. Who has the audacity to question the president? Now, God can act in these two ways in our lives. If we are holding on to Papa and Punya, He is judge to us. Zero tolerance. If we are starting to focus our life in spirituality, start to work in SPI, then he starts to become a president in our life, starts to see every small thing, starts to appreciate. This is a subtle change, a deep point. So law versus grace. What do you want to work on? I don't know how many stars are here in this paper, in this whole class, who always got 90s and 100s and get the best marks based on the law of the teacher. How many of you thrived on grace mark? Those of you would know what I mean by that. But this is, by the way, just a beginning in chapter 3, 4, and 5. 7, 8, 9. Better be here when we discuss those jewel topics. Better be here. All right. Now, each of you, bit strong here. Now, you decide how you want God to see you, as a judge or as a loving father. The choice is ours. Which way do you want God to see us? Work on us. Look at our case file in the view of a judge, our case file in the view of a loving father. Choice is ours. All right. Based on that, based on your choice, what you're making in your head right now, either rely on your papas and punyas, merry go up and down, enjoy, or depending on the Lord from a mercy platform. Accordingly, focus your life. Okay, let's move on. 10 minutes and then I want to wrap up. Question answers. A full picture of what we discussed today. It's very hard to read. I'm sorry. Let me explain. This whole cycle in a flow chart or a chart. Living entity based on the sloka 4.6 and 7, based on driven by their modes, goodness, passion, ignorance, form perceptions, they become emotions. In turn, we act or we respond to a situation. However we respond, we get either karma, we do karma or we karma. Based on that, we get reactions. The reactions can be either good or bad, material benefits or sufferings. But both are entanglements. The cycle continues. Merry go up, down, up, down. Akarma is a concept Krishna brings in that immediately breaks out this whole cycle, samsara chakra, and gets us out. Why? The results we get are spiritual credits, merits, bliss, the true happiness, self realization, and then out. When I say out, Rohit, I remember your question. Where are you? You are here. What is that? What is that out? Right? I said, please hold on to the question. Just for everyone's benefit, because you asked the other day, we quickly finish. I'll touch a word now. We'll talk more later. This concept about liberation or mukti is not new. It's very ancient. It does not only belongs to East. It belongs everywhere. My daughter is studying. She was preparing for exams yesterday, 2 days ago, for history. This is not in my quota, but Paramatma is driving me to speak. Say this, okay? Preparing for history, ancient Chinese history. The first emperor of China, his name is some Qin or something. He wanted immortality. He was drinking mercury some amount every day, and then he became crazy and died. Searching for immortality, forget the Chinese emperor. Time immemorial has been the search. Even few months ago, when the three big shots of the world met, we're discussing about immortality. Oh, I'm finding. I'm very close to finding. I'm very close to finding. Keep searching. Good luck. Starting from Hiranyakashipu, huh? Asking for immortality. Past time for another time. Otherwise, I'll stop here. Otherwise, next half I'll go in one past time. So I'll move on. So yes, quick word, Rohit, for everyone. What it means is moksha, but it sounds very simple now. Chapter 8, when we get there, we can appreciate a little bit. But what if I tell you, I'll leave you with a big hook. What if I tell you there's something bigger than even mukti, which is unheard of? Please come back. Okay. Why make it so complicated, this whole karma? Why not make it easy? Keep it simple. Why? What's the purpose? Here is the purpose. Time. I'll read it quickly for you. What is not the purpose of karma? Let me be clear. It's not for retribution. Oh, I get obsessed. I know I must have done something really bad to be here. What did I do to deserve this situation? Not for retribution, but for reformation. What can I learn from this situation about my identity and purpose? Remember, identity, purpose. It's a recurring theme. We did identity in chapter 2. Purpose coming up. We will slowly uncover bit by bit of the identity. Sorry, purpose. So the philosophy of karma assures us that our action matters. Very important. The thrust here is not on we accept our current situation with resignation, but we take our present decisions with responsibility. That means it's not about what is shaping us now. We can't change it, though we can by a karma, but in one sense we can't. Rather, it's forward looking. So Krishna explained Bhagavad Gita in Bhagavad Gita, the principle of karma in a forward looking fashion, not backward looking. Oh, now I know why my that relative is going through tough time. Must be a sinner in last lifetime, yeah? Please. Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, as they say, right? But they can be all changed. All right. I'm going to go a little faster. Purpose of karma. To understand this, I'll touch on this a little bit. First, we need to understand the depth of God's love. To understand that, we need to understand our life, our length and breadth of our existence. Length means this life is just one chapter of our existence. Breadth means my identity is far superior than the gross body or my subtle mind. If we put this together, then we can start to appreciate the depth in God's love for us. Why? Why? Because with this, we can start to see Lord's hand in our life. Sometimes He may choose to save us from a situation, our body and mind, from a situation. Sometimes He may not. That doesn't make him cruel, but nevertheless, he is looking at the bigger good. Not in my list, but I was sharing this with someone else. A mother had a child. The child was having milk from a bottle. Year one, year two, year three, year four. I mean, age. Easy. Wants to just drink milk from the bottle, run away and keep playing. Not interested for proper eating meals, food from the plate. The mother was worrying about the child's health. Went and asked her mother, what do I do? So the grandmother told the mother an idea, which the mother implemented. I'm sure you all must have heard this in one way or the other. So one day in the morning, she put a toy cockroach into the bottle. Toy cockroach into the bottle and then showed the boy, last night cockroach ate your bottle. I'll prepare milk for you. And the boy said, nah, I'm not touching the bottle ever again. Yes, he cried. Yes, he wasn't happy about it, but he moved on. In our life, in that example, is the mother cruel? Is the mother cruel by putting a toy cockroach in the boy's bottle? No. She's really worried about his health, wants him to have a proper meal on the plate than just drinking milk from the bottle. So she saw a bigger good in him than the moment. But the child couldn't see that. So just by making something forceful in our life, by with our own karma in our case, nothing artificial. A class, C class, only our eyes, that doesn't make God as villain. He is doing the role of a loving mother in this example I shared you. By bringing in situations can immediately look like a painful situation, but eventually a beneficial situation. But we need a hindsight mirror for that and knowledge for that. Hold on to that thought. We should move on. Some quotes. Not that everything happens in our life is good. No, we understand. Okay? But something good comes out of every situation. Keep an eye. Keep an eye. That eye, Chakshu, requires knowledge. Whatever karma may get us to, I love this. Krishna will get us through. Just hold on to the lotus feet. Okay, I'll go a little bit more fast. Chapter 5, we touched on this last time. This sloka. The key point here is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Why? This sloka, make a note, we'll discuss it later, is actually called the peace formula sloka 529. In that, I'm just touching one point today. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Actually, God is our true friend. Suhrid, truly friend, a true benefactor. Just we have to understand the friendship relationship there. Okay, I'll move on. Okay, this is important. Okay, let's conclude Karma Yoga with the three S's to take away. Three S's, right? The first S, very important, Sammada, acceptance to the situation. Anything. In fact, I have the full prayer later, but there's no time as always. The first line of the prayer goes like this. Oh my Lord, every moment I'm in the right place, in the classroom of God, learning my lessons. Learning my lessons in the classroom of God. So all of us can be either in difficult times or in happy times or in 6, 7 times. So times. I'm getting kids vibe these days. Okay, difficult times. What do? Samadha, we accept, we try to accept, and then we seek for strength by this acronym, CAR. Who remembers CAR? Very hard. Last class, towards the end, like this, I was pushing through. Change the changeables, accept the unchangeables. R for remove yourselves if both C and A are not possible. Remove means at least distance yourself. Change the changeable. Where is Krishna? Yes, you're looking at your husband. Change the unchangeable. Sorry. Change the changeable Accept the unchangeable. She's looking at the husband. Accept the unchangeable. Remove or distance yourselves when those two are not possible. Again, we need to rush through this time as well. High times, if you're going through good times in our life, accept it with so much of humility and thank. All right, I'm going through my A class grains. You don't know how far it's going to last. Let's be honest about it. Normal times, prepare for both. In the sine wave, we are just somewhere in the wave. You can't escape the wave. Second S is shelter. Remember, we discussed this before. Taking shelter is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of relationship. Take the opportunity with the difficulties, an opportunity to take shelter of the Lord. Achyuta. Again, I'm going to skip now. No time. Third S for takeaway is akarma. If any, a big takeaway point is if we rely on our papa and punya, ready to face God in the form of judge. Good luck, strict master. If you want to see God in the form of a loving father, our way about is akarma because that's SPI. Quote, very important. For one without any knowledge from Bhagavad Gita about karma, karma is like a drowning stone. I don't know why I'm going through this. When will I get to the ever end of this? They say it's a passing cloud, but I feel like the cloud never passes me. It's always on my head. One who doesn't have the knowledge, karma is like a drowning stone. For others with knowledge and who take shelter, it's a stepping stone actually. We can use the same, it's a stepping stone opportunity. Oh, 2 minutes. I have to stop. This is something out of syllabus from last time. I'll quickly go through. It's really nice. Group karma. Funny concept, but I'll touch on this a bit today. Have you ever come across? I'm looking at kids here. Most of the kids are okay. I can speak what I'm about to speak. So we come across people we immediately like immediately. Huh? Some people, first sight onwards, we used to hate. Can you remember? Not very hard, right? Right from the first moment. How is it possible to hate someone in the first sight? To love someone in the first sight, we can say chemical reaction inside the body, too much of Bollywood songs. We can say many reasons. To hate someone in the first sight, no Bollywood movie teaches you that. Where's that coming from? Actually, believe it or not, especially look at the people around you next to each other. We all have credits and debits going on between us. There's a transaction. We all are here by transactions because it's an interesting concept. I'll keep it for later. Souls take birth or migrate to be in the group for the transaction to finish or to continue. We are here not by a chance. We are here not by a chance. Nothing by a chance. And we saw that today. So it's all credits and debits always happening on. Example, I'll do this. I'm looking at the time, really good stuff to share also. Let's say I have a rose with me. I have a choice. I have a rose or a stone. I throw a rose at you, or I can throw a stone at you. This is our free will when dealing with other persons. Try to catch this. Okay? Now, you might say throwing rose means being good. Throwing a stone means being harsh, right? Now, you might say, in my life, I have someone. Irrespective, I threw 1,000 roses before. I only get stone back. Yes? Yes or yes? There is no, I know this for sure. Yes or yes? Yes. What's the point of throwing roses at a person who's always giving me only stones? Don't look at your spouse, please. Try to stop. Here is the answer. A good businessman tries to do business transaction in every situation, right? Now, very interesting concept. Catch this, you'll be happy forever. Irrespective what you get back, if we try to keep throwing roses, every rose is like class A grain. We'll get it back. The problem is we expect from this person, you. This person. The problem is we expect from the same person, I threw a rose, I want a rose back. Oh, that's like this. Catch this? Interesting concept. You go to bank and you deposit $2,000 in tens, 50s, hundreds. You go to ATM, you withdraw, it comes in 50s. You don't say, I deposited in green notes 100, give me my same note back. You take whatever comes from the ATM as long as it is $2,000. Will you? Exactly. Karma is a transaction. You give one rose to the other person. Here's not happening. Another person will tell you. I'm not saying swap around. That will come to you. Gautam, okay? That's not the point. It will come to you. If no one is giving that to you, someone wearing a green dress will come into your life and will give you lots of love and roses. Lord will arrange for that, for sure. So that's a very important point. Bank withdrawal ATM. I love this concept because it's very practical. It will relieve you from so much of agony, having expectation from the same person for the same thing, which may not happen. Don't worry. Keep throwing roses. Your roses are all along the way from someone wearing green dress. So it's coming to you. Why? You want your 2000 back. Doesn't matter hundreds or 50s. Who cares? Transaction. Higher than that, getting stuck with this transaction of someone giving you in a green dress roses, expect someone wearing a green dress giving you Bhagavad Gita. Take akarma. That's much better. Because why? Right from the session one, we have been focusing on this hundi, which we named. What is it called? Akarma. And I told you it's a temporary name. Every class you come for Bhagavad Gita, every time you make a step towards spirituality, we are adding into this hundi called akarma. Knowingly, unknowingly, it's happening. And you know what? I'm not making this up. Truly, each one of you are very wealthy, already wealthy spiritually. I can see that. I'm being very honest. I'm not making this up. You are becoming wealthy spiritually. So that's good. Okay. No summary because we did the summary. No, I'm not doing this because we have some quotes to reflect. How about we do this quickly and then questions? Who likes the quotes? Okay. Destiny may determine our facial complexion. Remember, beauty is arranged by karma. But we determine our expressions, facial expressions. So, still, we have a free will. Life determines our problems. We determine the size. Keep seeing so close, even this will look much bigger. We may allow this one. We may have to live with pain. Don't look at your spouses, please. We may have to live with pain, but we don't have to live in pain. So when you understand, even if we can't be grateful for all situations, which is hard, at least we can be grateful in all situations. At least I'm okay this far. That's possible. Grateful in all situations is possible. I love this one. We see the present and plan the future. We're always so good at that. Planning, huh? God sees the future and plans the present. On this note, something funny I'll share, Someone told me a while ago, if you want to make God laugh, hear this out. If you want to make God laugh, go to the temple, stand out in your altar, stand in front of the altar and tell all your plans. If you want to make God laugh, go and stand in front of your altar and tell all your plans. What bigger joke than that for him, right? Exactly. All right. I love this one too. Even if we can't change what we live with, we can change what we live for. This is our karma, by the way. We can start to repurpose our life in a way it has meaning, both while living, while leaving as well. All right. I'm only 5 minutes behind time, which is actually not that bad. Decent performance. Yes. We got big QA session, by the way. Don't open the prashadam. Half the session only done. All right. Now that we all are becoming a close group, and we are, I truly mean my words, as a family. I want to plan something with you together, which is our upcoming dates. We are coming into the nice little period in the year. Okay. As of now, I have booked these dates. The hall is booked for these dates. Next session is on 22nd, next fortnight, and then the following fortnight, 6th December. And then, guess what? You're taking a break. Is break good? I'll tell you, break is good, but from this perspective, break is very bad. We haven't discussed about a concept called Maya because we haven't come to that far yet. We'll know the power of Maya in break. You will be like, Bhagavad Gita, someone wearing green dress. Who cares? Balkan Mills, where is it? We will find out in the break. So the idea is most of you, some of you might travel. So I do want to give a break so you don't miss too many classes. Intention one. Intention two, I don't want to make it as a big break that you forget me. You forget everything which is happening for all the while. Your investment is like you haven't kept up your word in investment. Remember? I said that minimum time, I'll give it back to you. So your investment is only half done. So break means big test, huge test for our Shraddha, your faith. Your faith. I'm going to say that. When we had 3 weeks break, I welcomed you all saying thank you. You remember? I never make my words in an easy way. No, I measure my words carefully. I really thanked you. 3 weeks of break is a big time. 6 weeks of breaks, potentially a big test. Quarterly test is this half yearly test. Big test. So I'm proposing to start the class back from 17th of January, which is 6 weeks of break. Now, I don't want to answer right away here. Talk to me in person, message me, or we can have a chat. The idea is 2 points: to give a break because you might travel, to not give it too much of a break that you forget completely, to balance it somewhere. So, a 6 weeks of break, come back 17th of January is what I'm looking at. The halls are not booked yet. I'm thinking of doing that. So, take this in your mind, talk to me, come back to me, and let me know. Please. And then it goes on for some time. Some of you will have a question, how long is this for? Or the tone can be, how long is this for? Both tone has a big meaning difference. So whatever you see your tone, like to know, maybe another 4 or 5. If you think, good. If you think only 5, okay, I welcome both. And we can have a chat. All right, so next session is on 22nd November. We have not done this class, only half of the class is done. I'm late by 8 minutes. We'll catch the time up. So, yes, next time when we come back, we will go into chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, meditation. Yoga, all the yoga studios, what do they do? And we'll find out. Bring your yoga pants. I'm joking. All right, now the second part of the program, fun time starts. Please be kind. All right, stop here. Questions. I'll start with maybe yours. Is it okay? Oh, sorry, you had your first question, right? No, no, you were in the queue first. Let's be fair. You were in the front queue. Sorry, before that, are we all clear what I explained? Dates and stuff. Please come back to me. I need to book the hall, but I'm looking at going ahead with 17th. If most of you are here, I would love to have all of you. If most of you are available, then it's well and good. So at least we carry on the momentum. Otherwise, 4 weeks Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? What is yoga? What was the answer? It's okay, so tell me. Huh? Eternal. It's okay, good. 2 steps ahead. After 6 weeks, what is Bhagavad Gita? Gita, I know, have a friend. All right. Got it clear? Let's have question answers now. Real fun time starts. Okay, who's starting? No, no, no. Okay, someone, please. Don't waste time. Yes. Be loud so everyone can hear. Only one. Okay. Okay, okay, go on, go on. That's okay. I was joking. Exactly. I'll straight away answer that before you continue. It's a very good question. So, how do we know? I think I gave the example last time. 60 years ago, doctors used to promote smoking. In Camel ads cigarette, two doctors will come together and say, Doctor, which brand do you smoke? Doctor will say, I smoke Camel. Which brand do you smoke? You can't afford to have that ad today, do you? Because why? What is right and wrong from a society relative perspective changes drastically. Your question about what is ultimately right, karma and vikarma, shastras. To have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is paramount. That's why I said the question before, Atato Brahma Jignasa. If you are a human being, we need to ask these questions and get the answer. Point one. Point two. Let's say someone comes from overseas and hires a car, Avis, Hertz, and then starts driving. And then 60 zone goes on Bindas 80, 90. Police stop and ask, you are overspeeding. Oh, sorry, sir. I don't know it's 60 zone. And the police will say, oh, you just came from overseas. I ignore you. What will the police tell? You are supposed to, before you touch the car, in this country, you are supposed to know the rules of the ground. I'm pointing at you, but all of us, you have taken birth as a human being. You are supposed to know, learn before you touch the car. Unfortunately, that knowledge is not taught in mainstream anywhere. So therefore, we have to find ways, ask, beg, request to get to the program to get learned. So yes, we need to learn, unfortunately. That's point one. Next question.
That's a little bit continuation. There are certain situations where you you're going on the road, you see somebody had an accident, right? You had an opportunity to help them. Now you help them or you don't help them.
Okay. So
What kind of situation is that?
if I expand your question, I'll add a bit more of spice, alankar, okay, of your question. Because I had this question probably 20 years ago. If someone is dying, should I not save in worrying for not wanting punya and only focus on my bhakti or my spiritual life? I had this question too. It's good, very good question. You get the question? No, absolutely yes. We are bare minimum human beings. We always can, at any point in time, be, if we are in control of a situation, we can do what has to be done. All right. Now, the problem is this: after you help someone from an accident, what do? Usually, you call up ambulance help, and then afterwards, then you start to generally get attached to what greatness you have done. Where is the camera? Where is the limelight or limelight when I did the help to that person? I'm not saying always, don't get me wrong, but somewhere in the heart, there's a search for fame. That I've done this greatness. Why I'm not recognized? That is the problem. I can give you more examples. Okay, one more example. I'll stop. I'll go to the other person. One time in a village, there was a big flood. So two sannyasis who taken vow of celibacy for rest of their life were crossing, and then they were waiting in the banks, and then they saw one mid-aged woman who wanting to cross the river to go for her mother's death. Very serious situation. And then she is crying and sobbing, and the sannyasis are able to walk in the water to cross to the other side for their pilgrimage. Now she asked for help. There's no boat, nothing available. So one sannyasi said, "Oh, look, I'm a celibate. I'm not supposed to touch a woman. So I'm very sorry. I understand, but I'm very sorry." Another sannyasi said, "Jump onto my back. I will carry you to the other side." And then they crossed the river, and then they gone to the other side. He dropped, and then this girl thanked, this woman thanked, and ran to attend to her mother's funeral. And then they walked for some time. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours gone by. The other sannyasi couldn't wait anymore, jumped out and asked, how could you touch a woman, that too had legs touching your back and holding on your back? How could you do that? You've taken a vow. How could you do that? The sannyasi answered to your question beautifully. I carried her for 10 minutes. You've been carrying her for last 4 hours in your head. I carried for 10 minutes for a purpose. I'm done. I'm not attached. You've been carrying in your head for last 4 hours. You better be careful. Looks like you are more attached to women than me. So attachment. Helping is not a problem. Getting attached is a problem. Can we move on? Please hold on. I want everyone to have an opportunity. I'll come back. Others, please, you have to shout out to get your opportunity, please. Yes, Vikas. Ah, you're scaring me off. I'm looking at the clock. Okay. Please be loud so everyone can listen to you.
My question is like, as per what we learned, it is all cause and effect. Now, if we go to the psychology, this causation and effect only started 2000 years ago. So what was happening before that in
Ah,
terms of karma, vikarma, and
okay.
karma?
Good question. Can I answer that? So, to Vikas's question, can I say 2000 years? Will you be okay with that? 70,000 years. So, to Vikas's point, I'm going to a little bit alankar as usual. That's my way of doing it. So, 70,000 years ago, apparently it seems apples were not falling to the ground when they get chopped from the tree. Cause and effect is a universal phenomenon since Shrishti, since creation. So absolutely, that's not the right understanding. Sorry. Yes, cause and effect is a universal principle, like law of gravity. I get the example of what apple falling down. Newton did not create law of gravity. Newton gave a name to it. Oh, it's falling down. He observed it. He became famous for observing what was always happening. Can I move on? Keep thinking. Good questions. This side now, please. Yes, Gautam. Loud, please.
Will karma and akarma always have a consequences, punya and papa in that sense?
Can you rephrase your question, please?
So we talked about karma will always have a consequence of giving us punya,
Okay.
certain deed, and akarma will also have a certain. Will it always translate to a punya?
Okay.
Or any other meaning?
If I understood your question, will if I perform a good deed, karma, will I always get a punya for that? Answer is yes, to varying degrees, based on, for example, giving water to as opposed to making a well with water, giving charity as opposed to having a great structure for a charity, helping someone with a band-aid on the train versus to building a hospital for free of cost. Based on the magnitude, the punya level increases.
More of the practical aspects of it. Let's say on a day-to-day basis, I'm minding my own business, not really leading towards helping others or doing a karma that gives me punya, or the other way. How would that translate?
Good question. I love this question. Everyone's benefit. The question here is, I am not interested in becoming a superstar. I don't want to help anyone. Nor I'm not a terrorist. I won't go and kill anyone. I'll mind my business. I'll go to Sydney Water. I'll mind my job. I'll earn. I'll earn, buy, consume. Go on with my life. Right now, this moment, do you know we are all making vikarma, sinful activity? Right this moment, we are all making vikarma. I'm scaring you all off because you asked for it. Be prepared for the answer. By breathing in, we are inhaling microbes which cannot sustain our human temperature. Technically, we are killing some living beings right now. Ooh, I'll wear a mask. Some traditions wear masks. Some traditions, little gross, they go and clean up their stool after passing to take out all the worms out, making sure that even that worm in the stool shouldn't die because of the situation. Ooh, if while walking, you might have stamped 100 ants today. That doesn't give you any license to wantedly do. So what I'm saying is that every moment, we like it or not, we are knowingly or unknowingly making more vikarma and some punya on the side if possible. So no escaping business. That's why 3.7, inaction is impossible without akarma. Every moment, either mentally or physically, we are in this process of creating reaction cycles. Good. Next question. Yes, Rohit, I was waiting. You must be like jumping out. Ah, look at that problem of the plenty. All good with the question? Your voice? Yes, please.
Why would I even want to escape the vicious cycle? I think because if I escape it, I go back to the whole ocean of soul, right? And I think someone you have mentioned that human life is like a drop of water. What if being a drop is what
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
like this?
Good question.
Why do I want to escape? Why should I?
Just go through the merry-go up and down. If one life is good, enjoy that life. Have a good time. Have it the idea of the traditional idea, not traditional, the classic idea of the current gen. One life, just do it the way you want it. Who cares what happens afterwards? Just do it. You want to answer that? Oh,
It's not about if you want to do accomplish or not, peace your mind. I think it's more about here you don't have a choice. You have to go in a merry-go-round. There you can have your. I don't have the.
okay. I will just cover. Yeah, sure. So what happens is, Rohit, there's a good question. So I'm first expanding the question. The question is, why bother jumping out of this up and down merry-go wheel? Have the good time, enjoy. Tough times, put your chin up and say, I'll take it. Tough man says, life can be really tough. Okay. Now, the answer is, if an observer from the outside who's in the merry-go wheel, from the outside, who look at this, if you're enjoying the ride, the person will say, oh, you're having a good time. If you are suffering in that, the person will say, oh, why go through this, man? I'm stably standing outside. And then you go again up and then you laugh again. And then the person goes, you're going to come back again. You know that? So, an observer who is stationed outside the wheel of samsara chakra can appreciate, which is the creator, says that this is not your swarupa. You are not meant to be going through up and down. That's not the purpose of your life. Now, what happens when you come out of it? I've been parking that. I touched on it called Mukti, but then Mukti is a big concept. We will talk in chapter 8. And I also left a big dose here. Something bigger than Mukti, ever not touched anywhere, bigger than even Mukti. That's not available anywhere. Yes, Rajesh. Yes, please.
Good way this, whether you are aware or not aware, every one of us, we are on a spiritual journey.
Good. Good.
You have asked a question. It's not about answering it, but by what premise that you have asked a question? Means are you in ignorance and you have asked a question, or are you in full knowledge and awareness and then you have asked a question? So these premises are very, very important. It's not just about the answer, but we are in ignorance, right? Questions are endless.
Thank you, Rajesh. So this is a very interesting point about avidya. Ignorance is avidya. Remember the example of the driver coming to a new country, driving in overspeeding, police catching and say, I don't know, please pardon me. No, that's actually true. In fact, avidya, ignorance, is also a fruit of, listen this, avidya, being ignorant, is also a fruit of papa. In the cycle of the whole Kuta, Bija, Papa, whole technicalities, it's actually one of the reasons. Why we are ignorant is also, we are covered is because of a past action. So the fact, I'll stop. That's the answer for now, for good. Neharika, sorry, I don't know, your name is always in my head. Yes, Kanika. Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Number of the list of the acts what are considered as a karma.
Thank you. Something related to what I should have asked. Okay. Enough of someone wanting to be in the merry-go wheel up and down. I don't care. Give me the list of akarma. That's it. Very good, smart question. I don't care. Enough of all this business. I get it clear. Good gets good, bad gets bad. Enough. The list, beautiful. You're asking the question, beautiful. I'm going to hold with the thought for you. Back in session 1 or 2, remember I discussed about how we will discuss Bhagavad Gita or the way Bhagavad Gita is laid. 1 to 6 is like a jewel box top cover. You all remember? And chapter number 7 to 12 is the diamond. That chapters will have endless list of your question. So wherever you are, come back for 7 to 12. That's that's the diamond. That's the jewel of Bhagavad Gita. We are touching the scratching. As I said, we are just in the gym doing some stretches. Warm-ups done, stretches. Weightlifting not even started yet. But certainly trying to for you to take away right now, coming to this program with the child, it's not easy. Sacrificing a 2 hours, 3 hours time, wanting to develop knowledge about Lord from a proper source is a great first step in a karma and a huge step. When I say you are all becoming spiritually wealthy, I don't make it up. It really means you may not be able to see your bank account. I cannot see your material bank account. I don't want to see your spiritual account. You will not be able to see. I can see. It's not that I'm putting in my better position, but yes, I'm stating the fact. I'll leave it there. Thank you. Yes, Vikram.
You mentioned that when you indulge in spiritual activities, doing what's called karma, you can get rid of the two karmas.
Both your papa and punya.
How is that possible? The ones which are fruiting, for example, let's say things which are
Thank you.
already.
Thank you.
How do you get rid of that?
Very good question. Because you asked, I'll go to the details of it. Within karma, now I'll go a little bit more details. Prarabdha karma is the one you're talking about. Prarabdha means something which has already manifested. The example I often give is this. You have boarded the flight, you have got a drunken co-passenger who is about to vomit any moment. You have gotten the flight, you gotten the seat, you are in the economy seat, Christmas time, all booked out, a drunken passenger any moment about to puke, to vomit. Is prarabdha karma. You are stuck in that seat. Tolerate, go through. Yes, very hard. Taking birth with some inabilities, some physical challenges, prarabdha karma, classic example, may not be able to be fixed. But Bhagavad Gita teaches us, as I said before, you may have to live in pain, but not want to live with pain. So your prarabdha, so the person next to you is about to vomit, you can sit the whole 8 hours from Singapore to Sydney waiting for him to vomit. Or happens, I'll deal with it. And just one example. So prarabdha karma, manifested karma, very hard to change. I'll leave a note. The only thing which can even change prarabdha karma is akarma. Can. I'll leave it there. It's a very deep topic. I will not touch now. Very deep topic. Very good question. Vic, sorry. Yes. Wait. Oh, Vishnu. Yes. Can we go for a few more minutes? It's really good. Do you like it? Yes. You're learning? Yes. I believe this is the best way of learning actually. Yes. Okay, so this is the question. If anything bad happens to you, is it always, does it mean that it's because of our past? Or is it a start of a new? I'm expanding your question. Or is it a start of a new chain reaction? Am I always on the receiving end? Or am I of my karma from the past? Or am I getting a new transaction here? Okay, so the answer is this. It's about perception. Okay, let me explain in different ways. Krishna explains Bhagavad Gita in a forward looking. Okay, so we have a choice to look at in two ways. If someone comes and let's say slaps you, for example, you can take it in two ways. I must have done something really bad to this person in the past to get this. One option. Second option, I'm gonna give it back to you. Start a new transaction. Remember the rose and the stone. If we go down in researching this point, it may not get to a ultimate point about where it started. Very hard to understand. I'm being blunt here. Why? The creator says the whole of creation, intricacies of karma is ganana, the most difficult one to understand. So the safest way to deal with it is starting that it is because of my past, I'm getting it. Then, comma, I am not going to react with another stone. I'm going to reply with a flower or at least do nothing. So every moment, having a control of our free will, we are in the safest sweet spot, irrespective is it a new transaction or an old transaction. You are creating a new transaction in which you are in credit now. Very good question. For a 15, 16-year-old, 15, please. So I really admire that. I really love you having you, Vishnu. Thank you. Yes, please. Yes, Pallavi. If I understood what you said, because I could hardly hear, if two persons are having a fight, very good friends, okay, and then they fight. Good question. Thank you. You get the question? If we decide not to just go apart, it's funny, hard to swallow a pill, I'll give you. We can't escape. If we put the seed, if in that transaction a seed has been done, if literally no action happened, yes, it's possible. If some transaction, always remember rose, stone. Remember this logic, okay? If no roses and no stones were exchanged, even mentally, very, very hard, then I can say safe. But 99.99% in any transactions, it is not possible to not throw anything even mentally. So very hard. The chain will continue. Even if we go to Antarctica and Arctic, that's why souls take birth together again. I told you the example of someone getting attracted. Remember the uni first day walking in, looking at the timetable. Aha, I don't know. That's the case. Yes, attraction or repulsion carries. Can I can I hold? I just want to give everyone the first opportunity. Yes.
The child is born into a family who does not believe in karma, who only does karma, and the parents are teaching the same thing to the child. That the child never gets to understand what is karma, vikarma, or akarma. So when
Who gets the result?
it's not a fair lesson on the child.
Good question. What about child who doesn't know what they're doing and then they keep on doing activities which are sinful, but you're trying to teach the child and the child doesn't get it? Okay, here is the answer, easiest, simplest of answers. Up until the age of 5, karma goes to the parents. 5 and above starts to get for that individual soul as well. Simplest of answers. I'm not going to technicalities. Whom did I park? Yes, Hinal.
If someone does something bad to you, but you feel like, okay, I forgive you, you also ask God for forgiveness, does it count under akarma?
No, doesn't count under akarma because there is no devotion, there is no spirituality there yet. But it can count towards the point that you are willing to sever, chop that transaction. So that puts you in a better spot of no more transaction there, no rose, no stone. That I don't want to deal with you. See, for example, I'll give you an example of it's a very sensitive topic. I'll touch, I'll quickly leave. Controversial subject matter, I'll touch and leave. Divorce. Is divorce good, right, or wrong? Oh, huge topic. I touched the wrong button now. Okay, what's the Vedic standard for it? I'm not going anywhere to the details. I'm touching on one particular point to a question that doesn't mean we let abuse happen to us. Someone keeps on keep throwing stones and then one rose for you, one rose for you. I'm looking at in my ATM machine. There's a limit how much we can tolerate and take. So therefore, not to the point of abuse. So certainly a line has to be drawn somewhere. To your point about severing it, absolutely. Sever and offer that to the Lord and say, I've done whatever I could in this. Rest all, out. Please help me out. That way, we are trying to get the transaction as neat as possible, but never tallies out. There's always something. But that's a great step forward. I hope. Thank you. Sorry, I know, no, sorry. Anyone who has not asked a question before? Yes, Purvi. Sorry.
We are discussing about all do's and don'ts, right? And we follow these do's and don'ts in our low time usually. Whenever we get this, it's like a difficult time to go to the God and just pray, please help me, help me, help me, this and that. But how to keep our practice on a track and
Hmm.
something like that?
Hmm. Excellent question. This all sounds very good during difficult times because when we get a whack in the back, we know where to run. Suddenly, we will get time for spirituality. Suddenly, we will get time to know where temple is and whatever. Very true. The fact that I'm trying to see where to stop, not where to start. It is true. Unfortunately, true. We human beings, we are, we usually, okay, there are four types of intelligence. I can't stop this. Four types of intelligence. First type of intelligence is you look at, you hear about what is right and wrong, you fix your life. First class intelligence. Shravanam, just by hearing, fixing your life. That's standard, highest standard. Hearing, changing your life. Attending classes, fixing your life. First class at all times. Second class intelligence is hearing and observing others in their life and then fixing your life. Second class intelligence, little okay, but not bad. Third class intelligence, wake up, wake up. Our item is coming. Third class intelligence, after hearing, after observing, until I experience, I will not learn my lesson. Fourth class intelligence, I hear, I observe, I experience, I still don't learn. It's not intelligence, foolishness. So when we get the chance to learn, we start to think good times also. Remember the point about samadha, low times, acceptance, high times, be grateful and humble that thank you, thank you. Yes, others, 2 more minutes and then we can wrap up. Are you all learning? Any questions? From the back side. Yes, Rajesh. Yes. Oh, comment. Ah, sorry. Memory. I saw your face. I just. We don't. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Now, I'll answer it straight away. I often give this example if you observe. We are in the process of gym. In the gym, we start with warm up, stretches, weightlifting. If I've given you 100 kg weightlift day one, the most difficult and the deepest concept of Bhagavad Gita, you would have all felt esoteric. Wow, Prabhu explained it so beautifully. Your muscles have torn, your spiritual muscles have torn, they never come back again. I have to be very careful to bring you only to the next level from where you are. Other example, if I love you so much, I feed you one rasgulla. Chirag, one rasgulla. I love you so much. One more rasgulla. One more rasgulla. One more rasgulla. You're gonna spit even the rasgulla out of love. You will say, give me a breather. Let me taste, digest what is given to me. So it's very important in teaching, in sharing knowledge, how much to give, how much to hold, then to give what. So your point about yes, we choose is a higher subject matter, no, no, not relevant here. Yes. In that sense, yes, we choose our parents in that sense because we are credit balance in such. For example, someone, this comes in chapter 8, by the way. I'll hold it there. We choose in a way that there. Have you seen that? Sachin Tendulkar, for example, at the age of 16, now boys and girls, by the way, are playing at 10, 12, whatever age. A fact that a person having a cricketing sense in their mind and a parent who supports, how is it coming together? That's one example. Or someone loving Carnatic music, taking birth in a family where it is flourishing. So, but that's true. That's true in the sense, but when we go in simple flow, I just go in a simple flow. Good point. Now do you understand? Now you understand why I didn't go down that path?
So you had a karmic balance, and you've been given opportunity to exert your free will in whatever in that lifetime. That's what, right? So you've been given this set of parents. You have an opportunity to perform karma to reduce it, or to perform good karma to increase your punya balance, or to keep doing whatever you want and
So that's true in all ways. Can I summarize? So I should first stop this because this topic is getting very good points. All right, but little we're 2 steps ahead of here. Yours is past tense, yours is future tense. That's the difference. That's the difference here. Okay, let's park it. Let's move on. Why no questions from Rapran? You have a question. Yes. Okay. Finally, last 3 minutes, 7:30 sharp. We are stopping. Okay. All right. And by the way, next class also we'll do a question answer. Do you all like this? You learn more from question answers. I enjoy this too. Yes.
So, the context of this
Sounds scary.
I'm not very religious, I'm very spiritual. From that.
Ah. Yep.
So when performing our everyday rituals, our everyday good, also part of it, we have to do. We have to maintain discipline. We have to do our good. We have to do all these things. That is also part of it. And when you did that equation, you say ritual is karma and spiritual is. Can I ignore the ritual part? Say, okay, I don't want karma, I want the other one. Can I simply skip everything and go ahead?
Excellent question. Did you all follow that?
Just add one thing. Sorry, just one thing. Like, for example, a soldier fighting on the border, right? He's fighting with his full devotion to the country. He's not spiritual, but he's fighting to defend his country. Or somebody doing social work, they don't believe in God, but they are doing their job.
They're asked to do. Yep.
Now, is that exactly what?
Okay. With that, we'll stop with the question answers. This is a classic question. Soldiers go and do what they're asked to do. Who gets the karma? Okay, very classic question. Time tested. I know. Yours is different. I'll come to it. I'll first finish off that one. I'll give this example. I often give this example. A soldier does a great fight in a country to another country. Okay, I don't know, name anything here. And then in that, he was given a medal. You did a great job. You killed 20 people, 30 people. He gets an award. He comes home for vacation. The neighbor does a mischief to his wife. He goes and hits the neighbor dies. Now, what happens to the soldier? You please help me, tell me the legal system. He will be penalized. Baba, 2 days ago you killed 100 people, you got an award. One neighbor, nothing, one hit, he died. You are put in reprimanded here. Why? First thing, he did it. There is, forget all karma business here. So much detail in this question. I'll give you the simplest answer. Because first time he acted on someone else's behalf, the desire was not his, if that's English word, it's not his apostrophe s, therefore the karma doesn't belong to him, the one who sanctioned it. Second time the desire was his apostrophe s, he holds it. Even legal system works that way because legal system comes from manusmriti, partly. It's changing rapidly though. So your question, last question answer. What was the question about? If I remember, ritual. Now, can I only focus on akarma? Excellent question. And Puneet had this question last time. I love that question when the way he asked last time. He said this. I'm just using your. What I understand from today's class is I've been just going up and down in this whole circus. I don't like to. Only thing to be focused on is akarma. I was talking to my wife about our discussion, Puneet. Such a great question and great point. The bluntest of answer is yes, but it takes a lot to digest what I'm saying. Why? And let me finish off with that note, otherwise it gets so absurd or hanging out. Krishna did not ask Arjuna, when Arjuna wanted to run away and do only a karma, Krishna stopped him. And now I'm saying it's okay. Oh, I'm overqualified than Krishna? No, 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 no. We haven't gone rest of Bhagavad Gita yet. The answer is Krishna wanted to say, eventually Krishna taught Arjuna, Mam Anusmara Yudhyam Chai. You think of me and then do your duty, whatever you're supposed to do. That becomes Akam. So now it's a very vague, if I leave it there, not everyone can say, oh, I am going to think of Krishna and then I'm going to commit a Mam Anusmara Yudhyam Chai. All right, sounds dramatic. No, no cheating business. That's where your first question came. And your question about as per Shastra's akarma activities. So, long story short, Krishna will eventually teach Arjuna that we can dovetail our normal life to become akarma. You don't need to run away. We can be whoever we are in our lives and still can do 100% akarma just by having the right knowledge. I will pause there. I will stop there. 7:30. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everyone's lovely questions. I love this so much. No, thank you. Next session, 22nd, and then we'll do Dhyana Yoga. I will cancel the Karma Yoga recap again because it become third time. So we will have time for question answers. I'm really liking this because I can see you're learning much faster in question answer. Why? Atato Brahma Jignasa. After all, you're human beings. You meant to ask questions. You're asking questions. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
If you go to the like if you go to main, I'll show you like the left. It's not the most like these. It looks hard, but it's looking.